is what we're doing creating impact? If it's not creating impact, we don't do it. We want to create impact. And then if we do that right, we'll reach more people.
Yeah.
And if we continue to reach more people and deliver impact, we will grow. The growth will come if we're delivering impact. And that's our intent at Echelon Front, is to impact other people's lives. And man, it's really cool. And I'm thankful. And that was probably the last gift that Seth Stone gave to me. And I didn't know that until I was talking with Jocko on one of his podcasts. Like I said, Seth, Andrew, and Leif were just instrumental to my life growing as a young man in the SEAL teams. Very impactful. Seth was my big brother and always took care of me, loved me, gave me a lot of really good guidance. When I'd veer off the path, he'd pull me back. He wanted me to win more than he wanted to win himself. He loved me more than he loved himself. And he did that for all of our guys. And I didn't know this, but Seth and I had reconnected. I pushed him away. I pushed all the guys away when I got out because I felt really guilty for getting out, because other guys had passed away and were getting injured overseas and getting killed overseas. And I just kept pushing away because of that guilt that I was holding on to. A lot of negative self-talk, just about who I was and why I wasn't doing these things anymore. And so Seth, being Seth, never stopped pursuing that relationship with me. And we got reconnected, and I realized how much he did love me and care about me. And what I didn't know is Seth had reached out to Jocko around the same time I was reaching out to Jocko, just checking in and saying, hey, if there's anything I can do to help you and Leif at Echelon Front, let me know. Mm-hmm. If there's anything, just whatever it is. And I continuously was reaching out to Jocko. And I used to say, I still believe it to be true, but I used to say it a lot, the mentor doesn't seek out the mentee. It's the other way around. And so I was seeking that mentorship from Jocko and Leif, because I genuinely wanted to help them, because I saw the impact. Using those principles restored my marriage and obviously my faith.
I don't think it works if you were somebody who wants to mentor you, the other person has to want it as much as you do. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You'd be so frustrated.
Have you made that mistake with people?
Oh, yeah.
Where you were pouring into them and you wanted them to win more than they wanted to win
One
themselves?
of the mantras I live by is don't want more for people than they want for themselves.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've made that mistake.
Yeah.
And so
it's not bad to do so.
No,
be
it's
cautious where you're directing your energy. It's just a reminder to me. I'm not saying people shouldn't care about others.
No, yes.
Yeah, but it can be misconstrued a little bit.
What I realized what had happened when I look at things through the lens of extreme ownership, I wasn't aligned with those people because I wasn't communicating with them regularly. There was lack of communication from my side, which had those things fall apart. Yeah. Which, again, that's on me 100%. But I was reaching out to Jocko. What I didn't know is that Seth was also talking to Jocko and said, hey, I think JP could use some help. He needs something new. He needs a new mission. And that's what triggered Jocko reaching out to me.
That's awesome.
And when I say that was his last gift to me, there was other little things, but that was the last one that changed my life.
Yeah. And
Seth passed away on September 30th, 2017. And that was devastating, man.
Yeah.
I was talking to him that morning. And he was headed up on a jump, doing a base jump.
Yeah. No, it was a balloon jump, a simulated
base jump out of a balloon.
It's which is not technically a base jump.
Oh, okay.
What you're saying isn't wrong. He was wearing base jumping equipment, and it's a really good training tool. Yeah. It doesn't meet the stupid
guidelines
building antenna spanner earth, but
got it.
It's a zero airspeed jump.
Yeah. And I was on Instagram messaging with him that morning. Yeah. And the last thing I said to him was, hit me up when you're done for the day, bud. And then I got a call from Leif Babin a few hours later, and I see Leif calling me. I'm all happy. It's Leif. It's my buddy. It's my boss.
Arguably the most recognizable voice on earth.
Yes. Texas Batman.
You eat on any radio. They're like, that's Leif.
Yeah, anything. Back in the day,
Totally.
you know, when he was on Fox News a lot with Jocko,
Yeah.
and you just, I'm like, oh, he's on the
The
TV.
single most recognizable voice I think I've ever heard.
It's amazing. I mean, he can make hundreds of millions of dollars just reading people's books.
Probably. Yeah.
But I see Leif Kahn, and hey, this is one, my close friend, but also my boss. So I keep that separation. But when I see Leif Kahn, I'm happy. I see Jocko Kahn, I'm happy,
Totally.
you know? So I pick up the phone, hey, Leif. And he's like, hey, JP. And it was that tone
Yep.
that I knew.
Yep.
It was the same thing when Carlos Mendez called me to tell me that Brad Kavner had passed away. The same tone, hey, JP. Mm-hmm. And I knew. And yeah, he told me that Seth had passed away. And there was, I don't remember anything else that was really said. I said, okay. I was like, I'll start reaching out to the guys. I called Amanda because at the time she was working at her shop. She had a little place in South Haven, Mississippi, a little beer, liquor, wine, accessory store. Cool little place. And I called her. I said, hey, Seth passed away. I need to start reaching out to guys. I don't know what to do next. And she started crying because she had gotten to meet Seth a few times and had gotten close with him just because that's who Seth is. And he made his way. He was doing a road trip across America on his motorcycle and stopped in Memphis so that we could meet for breakfast one time. You know, we both were together out on the East Coast for our upgrade award ceremony. He was there. You know, we just, you know, Amanda loved him.
Yeah.
She loved him. She also loved him because she knew how much I loved him and how much he loved me and took care of me. And so she calls her parents and to come pick up the kids because I was just hanging out at the house with the kids. And I would have been fine if the kids stayed there, but she just wanted to give me a little bit of space, quiet, a little quietness. And I'll never forget the look on my in-laws' face. Like I said, I know my parents love me. I love my parents, great parents. I've always known my in-laws loved me. But when they showed up and I saw how much they were hurt by who I lost, I knew that my in-laws loved me.
Yeah.
Like I always knew it, but that was like
Yep.
validation.
Yep.
Because they both were like, JP, I'm so sorry. And they both gave me a big hug. They got the kids, took them back over to their house, and I just started working the phone. And then everything's a blur between then and San Diego.
Totally, yeah, the funeral.
And make our way out to San Diego. And I had the honor of staying to watch over Seth at the funeral home. Everyone's coming in and out. And Jocko and Leif were like the last two guys to show up. Everyone kind of just cleared out and gave it to the three of us. And what really hurt me at that moment was seeing the pain on Jocko's face and Leif's face. These are two guys that have always taken care of me. And to see them hurting, and I couldn't do anything to help, I couldn't take care of my leadership, was really hard. There was nothing I could do physically.
Yeah.
And so we spent some time in there. I took off a bracelet that I had on my wrist that had the names of all the guys previously that had been killed, put it in the casket. And Leif put a few things in there that was of significance to him and Seth. Jocko presented Seth with his black belt into his casket. And he just sat there and he broke his silence by saying, "We will not fail. We will not fail Seth because he never failed us. And we will not fail the rest of the guys because they never failed us." And those words will always stick with me until my last breath. And I go to heaven and I get to see Seth and Mikey and Mark and Ryan and Chris and Aaron and JT and Brad and all these guys, right? Scott and my buddy Luke and all these guys. Like I know where I'm going and I know where they're at. But those words, "we will not fail," is something I think about every day.
It's a heavy burden, man. It's a very heavy burden. I don't know if it's possible, but it's certainly a noble cause.
Well, I think if you have that mindset of we will not fail, that's the best way to honor them.